he's ready, but he's really not. He was just kidding me.
I'm ready.
Well, you're on.
Oh, I thought you were still messing around there. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Dawn Patrol. I'm Cliff Krieger, your host. I'm here with Jose Cervantes, who I just assume is descended from the famous author. Jose has dipped his toe in politics in Lowell. How are you doing, Jose?
I'm doing great. How are you guys doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. John, how are you doing?
I am rainy.
So here we are.
How
John's
are you, Cliff?
Yeah.
I'm doing okay.
Just okay.
I'm
What are you giving out? Now, you're a Belvederian. See, Cliff's a Belvederian. What are you giving out for trick or treat?
the tip at Outback?
So you're not having treats at your house?
No.
So the lights will be off at Cliff's, so skip Cliff this year. Are you giving treats, Jose?
No, we're going, I think we're going out with the kids.
The lights are off at his house, too?
Yeah. I was going to go down to Cliff's neighborhood and...
We don't get kids here, only my grandchildren. So we don't give out candy either. So where will the children go? Where will you take your grandkids? Jose?
Oh, I think,
Well, you taking kids out?
yeah, I think we might go down to the old Shaughnessy Terrace. Yeah, we typically go down Epping Street and hit
The
that.
Highlands is great. The Belvedere is great. A lot of Back Central is great, too. The houses are real close together. But you ride around and see what houses have their lights on.
So we usually go down...
COVID killed it, man.
Yeah, no, that definitely...
Those trunk or treats are where you got to go get your candy.
Yes, we went a couple years ago, and those were a good time, too.
Now, Cliff, I see you're dressed for Halloween today. Are you going out trick or treating? No.
No.
Okay. Back over to Cliff. Thank you.
Well, real quick, we typically go down to South Lowell, but
Okay, South Lowell's huge.
my they lived on Epping Street, and her grandmother unfortunately passed away in April, and her grandfather passed away last Thursday, so I don't think we'll be going down that way.
Sorry.
It's be a little painful to go trick-or-treating down that way
Yeah.
this year, you know.
I understand.
Yeah. It's never easy to lose somebody, you know.
No.
Well, you got to get to heaven somehow.
No, and that's the thing, you know, they both made their peace and they're in a better place. Still hurts, but, you know, we're all right.
So, temperature outside seemed okay. It's 57, but it's only going to 58.
But we got no wind yet, right?
No, but there's a wind advisory.
Jose, did you bring a car today as you walk?
I brought the car today.
Okay. Did
And
you
so-
detect any wind?
It's definitely picking up out there, you know.
Oh, the wind is picking up. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's misty.
Oh, misting as well.
Yeah.
So drive little Cliff and little Jose to school today.
Make
Please.
them walk. It's good for you.
Builds character.
That's right.
No, it doesn't.
Remember, up
No,
in
it doesn't. Are
Alaska,
you walking today, Cliff? No, we don't care about
school
Alaska. It's not Alaska, Massachusetts.
becomes optional at 46 degrees
Below zero.
below zero.
So, Cliff, drive the kids to school. It's slippery. People don't buy new wipers in Massachusetts, so they can't see the kids crossing the street. It's a safety issue. So, please drive the kids to school today.
Reminds me, I gotta go buy new wipers.
Okay.
You only need them today.
Yeah, but
No, it's going to be winter. You always say, "Oh, I'm glad I got those new wipers, man."
So, in 1517, today's the day that Martin Luther posted his 95 Theses on the door of the Castle Church in Wittenberg. Thus, we have the Protestant Reformation and the Lutheran Church. In 1913, the dedication of the Lincoln Highway, the first automobile highway across the United States. The reason we have the interstate system is because Dwight D. Eisenhower had to lead a convoy of vehicles across the United States when he was in the Army, and he resolved to do better.
That's a twisted truth. Okay,
What?
Cliff, it's a twisted truth. Cliff gets about 500 to 1,000 kids in his neighborhood for Halloween.
Yes. Wow. How do you figure it's a twisted truth?
We copied the Nazis. Everybody knows that. And the American media goes like, we invented the highway. Like hell, the Nazis invented the freaking highway. Hitler, Adolf Hitler, invented the highway.
Pennsylvania Turnpike?
Cliff, Pennsylvania Turnpike went all across Pennsylvania, didn't it?
It's a pretty long way.
In Germany, Hitler had highways going east, west, north, south. That's how he could move his troops so quickly. And we copied the Nazis. Turn the page.
I tend to disagree. 1922, Benito Mussolini is made Prime Minister of Italy. The Benito Mussolini started out as a communist, decided communism wouldn't work, moved to socialism, which he named fascism, and that's how we get fascism. In 1940, during World War II, the Battle of Britain ends, causing Germany to abandon Operation Sea Lion, the invasion of England. And in 1941, after 14 years of work, Mount Rushmore was completed. Also, on this day in 1941, before Pearl Harbor, before we were in the war, the destroyer USS Reuben James was torpedoed by a German U-boat near Iceland, killing more than 100 U.S. Navy sailors. It's the first Navy vessel sunk by enemy action in World War II. And in
Jose, don't look so interested.
I am. The wheels are churning up here.
well, you know the song, right, John?
Cliff, just keep going.
You don't know the song.
Just keep going.
I'm embarrassed.
I'm not going to talk about any songs. Just keep going. Let's get through this.
1984, Indian Prime Minister Indira Gandhi was assassinated by 2 Sikh security guards. Riots broke out in New Delhi and other cities, and around 3,000 Sikhs were killed. All right, in 1860,
No, you can't go backwards. You're in the 1900s.
Juliet Gordon Low
Jeez
was born,
Louise.
American Scout leader, founded the Girl Scouts.
God help us.
1860, also born was Andrew Volstead.
Wow. You didn't know Andrew Volstead? No. Please continue.
From who we get the Volstead
We don't care.
Act.
We
The
don't
Volst-
care. No one cares.
Did you bring in a bottle today?
No one cares.
Under the Volstead Act,
If you care about this
there'd be
baloney,
no.
please text in and encourage Cliff to talk more about what happened in the year 2. That's 2 years after Jesus died.
1895, B.H. Little Hart was born. English soldier, historian, theorist. Died in 1970. He gave us the indirect approach and strategy. In 2008, Studs Terkel died. He'd been born in 1912. All right, so this is the earliest day for All Saints' Day, which this year will be on 1 November, Saturday, and is not a holy day of obligation
Hey,
in this
more
diocese.
importantly, it's Dave Willette's birthday.
All right.
Happy birthday, Dave. I like Dave. He's a good guy.
Today is Halloween, but in Brazil, it's Sake Day, which is the anti-Halloween celebration.
There's a
down
lot of
there
cool
in Brazil.
birthdays. Lori Myers, it's her birthday. Deb Forgione, it's her birthday. Let's see if we got any other.
Lori
kinda-
Myers?
Yeah, Lori Myers.
Oh,
Chins for tea.
okay.
Susan Dixon. Her birthday too.
So, in the paper this morning, Vanna Howard is noted as announcing her candidate for state senate.
Wasting her time.
Well, all the candidates but one are wasting their time.
Do we have any Republicans that are running, Cliff?
Not yet.
Okay, the only one out there that would probably run, never mind, I'm not going to say.
Is what?
Nobody's decided yet on the Republican side. So there's no red coats running. We just have the blue coats running.
Yeah, I don't understand why you go along with those colors.
Well, it's
I
okay,
mean, you're
Cliff,
in
because
lockstep with the media.
you are a Republican.
Yeah.
I don't care for the parties. It's all about our side's got to win. The hell with the Americans. To hell with the taxpayers.
Monday we'll talk
Our
about
side
that.
has to win. Don't you
Monday.
understand that?
We'll talk about it Monday.
Our side has to win. That's what's the problem with you doggone party people. Our side's got to win. The hell with the Americans.
Yeah, it's ridiculous how that is.
Yep.
And then they wonder why the country's so divided. It's like, I wonder why. Have you listened to yourself on the TV, the way you talk to your party? Wonder why they're so divided. Definitely a major issue. But the people don't vote. And there's
Because they don't
always-
know if it's a real election or not. These preliminary elections mean nothing. They're party elections. Hey, I'm here to vote. Are you Democrat or Republican? I'm neither. Then you can't vote today. Why are we subsidizing party elections?
Yeah.
Unconstitutional in my mind.
Didn't they
Why don't
do-
we take care of the Elks election? The Elks, the Rotarians, why don't we pay for their elections? Lions
How
Club?
much impact do they have on government?
A lot.
Oh, tell
They
me.
pay taxes. How much impact do the parties have on government?
Well, right now,
They're ruining it.
Well, it seems like nowadays.
Why is the
organizations-
government closed, Cliff? Because the hell with the Americans. Our side's got to win. That's all. We don't care about the Americans.
so
Our
what
party's gotta-
is the American position
Unenrolled.
on affordable
When you're
care?
elected, as soon as you're elected, you have to quit your party.
What is the American position on affordable care?
Well, Cliff, a nice large French fry from McDonald's will cure a lot of things. It's a nice treat.
Yeah.
How do the American feel about
Actually,
giving
a double-
health benefits to illegal
The double cheeseburger's
immigrants?
good too.
Yeah,
You like the double cheeseburger?
I do.
Yeah, that's another fix.
I like to add a little mayonnaise and lettuce. If you've never done that, try it.
What
Takes
is
it
it?
over. You tell them to add mayonnaise and lettuce to the double cheeseburger. It brings it over the top.
Wow, I
Dead
didn't know
serious.
they'd do that.
Ooh, let me tell you, changes the whole. You'll like it.
Good stuff.
You'll thank me for that one.
Cliff had some more stuff he wanted to talk about. Free clothes for everybody or something. What's on your mind now, party guy?
Well,
What do the American people think about free health care for illegal immigrants?
They don't think about it, Cliff. Party people do.
I was
Party
about
people
to
do.
say that. I
If you don't pay, you don't get. Now, it's going to be very interesting to sit at Demulis's tomorrow. Just get a little beach chair, sit at Demulis's checkout, and watch the people with the EBT cards go bananas when they don't work. Because they're not going to work.
And this might sound a little, but you said here a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago, stop picking up their trash, and then people will get more involved. They're not getting their SNAP benefits. Maybe they'll realize it's time to start getting more involved.
They're going to get mad at the mayor who's Rita Mercier. That's what the general public's going to do. They're going to call Rita Mercier. They think she's still the mayor. And that's how in touch they are.
Yeah.
If you make it to Demoulas's tomorrow morning with your SNAP card, you're way out of touch.
No, most people are, unfortunately, and back to what Cliff was asking about, healthcare for illegals and all that, but the media, and not even the media, the parties have spread so much misinformation for so long now that...
Misinformation, but she's got nice legs. She used to work down at the radio station. Yep, she used to work at WCAP, but they cut staff, so misinformation.
Yeah, so who do you even believe now? One side says, oh, it's healthcare for illegals that's holding this, but the other one goes, illegals aren't eligible for healthcare, and you just get the back and forth. It's like being back in high school at the schoolyard, like.
Well, why don't they ever have to reapply? I believe they should have to reapply for benefits a week before their birthday.
I mean,
why are the benefits perpetual? I'm on welfare, and I'll be on welfare for the rest of my life. That you live in a welfare house, and it's my house. It's not the government's house, it's my house. I live on, I'm not Shaughnessy, is it A Street, Avenue A? What are the streets called over by, in the acre that have the public housing?
Oh, the Adam Street.
Yeah, Adam Street. This is my
Moody.
neighborhood. We live here, it's our house.
Yeah.
It's not a government house, it's our house.
No, and there's definitely people that take advantage of it, and there's definitely a lot of people that
Yeah, they
need
can
it.
have visitors.
Yeah.
And then there's the Section 8 guy. He is up on the Lowell connector most days with a sign, please help me out. He lives in Wilmington in a house that's owned by a trust, which he's the only trustee, with his girlfriend and his 2 kids. His girlfriend's mother lives upstairs. They both get Section 8 vouchers for their housing, both women, and he just hangs out. What a nice racket, huh?
You have people
All
that
legal.
have the Section 8 voucher, and it's just on paperwork, it's, the wife and the kids, and then the boyfriend or the husband moves in and works but doesn't report it, and they're just living better than most people, But that's not, you can't put everybody in a bubble where people don't need the assistance and stuff like that, but there is definitely, just like everything else, you give people a chance to take advantage of it, they're going to take advantage of it, So where do we put some checks and balances where, reapply every year or something where...
Reapply
you don't
every
have
year,
that.
and if you fraud, you go to jail.
Yeah, or...
Put you on a chain gang where you walk around the North Common picking up litter every day. That's your job. Picking up litter at the North Common, South Common,
I
Shed
know
Park.
When me and my wife got together, almost 20 years ago,
Congratulations.
thank you. She was on and thank you for what you said to me the other day. You know what? Once a month, make time, take her out, no excuses, take her out to dinner.
Yeah.
Stuck with me.
It works,
Like,
man.
You know what?
Works,
Why
man.
talk about it? Let's go.
It's a little bit of tinkering, but you got to make it work, baby.
Especially with the week we've had with so much loss and so much, it's like, you know what? That I got to take John's words and put a lot of value behind them, and me and her just
Hey,
need
once you're gone, once she's gone, you think about the fun times that you had. You don't think about the bad times you had. You think about the fun times. You had.
Yeah, no. I said to her the other day, I was like, at the end of the day, it's me and you.
So we're hugging the show. Would you like to invite the host back in to talk?
It's okay.
Sorry, Cliff.
So, John, what do the American people think about transitioning children from one sex to another?
It's a waste of taxpayer money.
Okay, so that's the American position.
Correct.
Chuck Schumer says...
We don't care about Chuck. Chuck is a blue guy.
We care about Chuck because
He's a blue
he's
guy.
holding up the budget.
He's the blue guy. Donnie, he's a red guy.
We care about
We only care if our side wins, Cliff. Who are you trying to kid? Why can't you be American about this? Should the government be open and paid? Should the government employees be paid? Circle one answer, Cliff. Don't turn into Fru.
John, aside
We're
from the
not gonna
fact
get
that
an
you
answer.
just
We're
spent
not gonna-
60 seconds insulting me,
We're not gonna
Of
get
course
an
I want-
answer.
of course I want the government employees being paid.
Oh, great.
I've got a brother who works for the Department of Defense who's not getting paid,
Do you want the SNAP benefits back?
and he won't get paid. So Chuck Schumer says, unless we allow the transitioning of little children, we're not going to allow SNAP benefits to be paid.
It's so funny because I heard that what he was saying was that, you know, the cuts to the healthcare system is going to drive everybody's premiums through the roof. And unless those cuts are, don't happen, that they're not going to vote anything to. And I'm not saying you're wrong, but that's just, you listen to one station or one site and you hear one thing. And I think that's the problem. The American people the majority are out of tune as it is.
Yeah.
Most people are just headline readers. They don't read the article. They
look
hear
at- they look
something
at
and
the
they run
pictures.
with it.
It's like the Playboy magazine. Oh, there's a lot of good articles in there. I just looked at the pictures.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, that's what it is. So when they hear, they're trying to make it so illegals vote. What they were trying to do was to get, if you're a resident, you can vote in municipal elections. Whether I agree with it or not, I don't want to get into that. But it was twisted into trying to get illegals to vote. They're residents and they live in the municipality. I can see how you would present the argument that they should have a vote on who runs City Hall.
Well, Jose, I can tell you,
citizens-
you don't watch the show every day.
I do.
Well, the reason that the illegals should be able to vote is they're taxpayers. And if you study American history, there's a thing called the Tea Party, which was one of the starters of the American Revolution, where we paid taxes without representation. So the illegals, when they pull up to the gas pump every day, they're paying taxes. Why can't they vote? That's the mindset.
Yeah,
And you're saying they should not be able to vote. Well, they shouldn't have to pay taxes.
absolutely.
So that's something we have to watch out for. I
Yeah.
got 1,000 texts. We're going to read these now.
Oh, man.
Anyone see the little kid who dressed as McDonald's drive-through at the White House? It was a brilliant costume. Yeah, Jay, I did see that yesterday. I'll pull it up and see if I can put it on the screen. And then we have government has devoted and become more and more divided. Bills are so convoluted, we the people lose interest in what they really mean. And the politicians only vote their party to win. Is misinformation still with Mr. Information? Or did they separate? No, Mr. Information had a sex change. Would President Biden be able to hand out candy after meeting in China? Just wondering. And bring back cheese, butter like welfare used to be. I don't know what that means. Cliff, isn't it called the War Department now?
Yes, it is.
And back over to you. We're all caught up on text now.
So, about health care. These are not cuts to health care, notwithstanding what Chuck Schumer says. When we did the Affordable Care Act, we didn't do it right, and therefore we have this big deficit. And during the COVID lockdown, President Biden pumped some extra money into the Affordable Care as a temporary measure. And now the Democrats want to extend that temporary measure, make it permanent as a way of fixing Obamacare. If I was President Trump, I'd say, admit that Obamacare is broken, and I'll give you the money. But I don't know if they.
Jose,
can do
will
that.
you give Cliff the microphone to your right? His battery just died.
Oh, it still has three little what's his
I understand. But it blinked out over here, and I'm not hearing you.
So to play devil's advocate on the whole healthcare thing, so when they, when John McCain got ousted and, for voting no on the repeal with no replace, why haven't we come up with a replace? Obamacare was just something to get us started that we were supposed to build on, and both sides, neither one of them, when they were in power, actually built on it. They didn't. So why haven't we had all these years, 2008? So now you're talking 17 years, and we haven't had a replace or a better option put forth other than leaving millions of people hung out to dry. And again, Obamacare was a conversation starter. That's what it was presented to us as, where we're going to build on this, we're going to improve it, we're going to make it better, but let's just get millions of people that if you have a pre-existing condition, you can't get health care. Let's get people in the door and we'll figure it out. Both sides. Like, you kind of dropped the ball on that, didn't you there, buddy? Like, get it together. Now we're having
Jose, but on that note, okay,
the speed of
the
government.
government has decided they're not going to check medical costs. Medical costs move. First of all, medical people move at the speed of government. You want to get an appointment with the doctor? We'll see you next year. I'll be dead by then. Good luck with that.
They've been in the pockets of, Citizens United with the lobbyists. They make more money off sitting outside the
No,
hallways.
they're very dedicated people, but they're stuck with, we can't charge you for anything personally. Everything's got to be free.
Yeah.
And whatever, when we find a way to give you this service for free, we'll call you back.
I look at the healthcare system almost in the same purview as I do when you brought up earlier Section 8, where we put something that had the possibility to be good, and we just kind of got distracted for a second, got away from us. Why do you think rent prices are through the roof? Because I've said it on this program before. Why would my landlord rent to somebody a family for an affordable price when they can get Section 8 to come in and pay premium prices for a apartment that isn't worth premium prices, but every month they get their rent? It's not, it's winter, I didn't have a lot of work.
Christmas
so I'm a
time, I
little
got to
late.
buy toys for the kids.
Yeah, and so why would they rent to a family of 3 or 4 when the government, no matter what, is going to cut that check every month? And I think that's what happened with healthcare, where why would we, where the medicine is produced, where the companies are here, why would we pay, that's awesome, why would we pay lower medication prices than India? They pay cents on the dollar to compare to us.
I think Jay asked about this. This is the picture of the kiddos that showed up at the White House
That is awesome.
as McDonald's. Pretty cool stuff. Back over to you guys, thanks.
So, you are having a lot tougher experience with healthcare than I am. I'm complaining because a specialist is 4 months out. But I can get in to see my general practitioner just about any time.
Great. Try to get to a pulmonary doctor.
Specialist. It's
I
better
don't care
than
if you call him a sergeant skunk. I don't care what you call him. It shouldn't take 9 months. It's like they're going to birth a baby. Hey, I need somebody to get in and talk to you about my lungs. Yes, we'll see you in 9 months. What? Yeah, we'll see you in 9 months.
Well,
Yeah, but I really need to see the doctor this week. Yeah, people in hell want ice water too. Good luck with that.
That's how it is with my mom's transplant doctor. We have to make the appointment. We have to make both appointments. You got to go every 6 months, like a year ahead. And God forbid
They
you
hope you
forget
die
about it.
before you get it. Don't say that.
Well, they don't make any money if you die before you get it.
No, they make money checking you out.
That's what I mean.
Come on up here.
They need that 5-minute, $20,000. Oh, everything looks good,
Yep. She came in. They have all the words for it. You see, when you get your Silver Plus or whatever that mailing you get with 500 pages of medical stuff that you had, a useless communication from the
Waste of paper.
government, how much money they've spent to keep you healthy.
This is not a bill. 25 pages to tell you it's not a bill.
Yep.
So, the big issue is tomorrow SNAP benefits go away. The headline in the Lowell Sun is they are terrified.
No, they're not. They don't even know.
How many people read the Lowell
How would
Sun?
they know their SNAP benefits are being shut off?
Well, that spreads like wildfire, but
You think so?
Yeah, but because it affects their pocket. But put in the headlines that we're at a crucial election and they need to get out there and vote by November 4th, and that they don't know.
Well, Jose, you're a pretty popular guy, and you like to get your spirit out there. Do you know all your neighbors by their first name?
I'm horrible with names, but
Good
I probably
excuse.
wouldn't anyways.
Most people have no idea who their
Yeah.
neighbor is.
Yeah. No,
You pull
I
up
agree.
to a gas pump, you're going to be there for 5 minutes getting your gas. Nobody says a freaking word. The conversations that we used to have in checkout lines, they'll pick up a magazine and they'll act like that they know how to read, but they're really looking at the pictures. People don't talk anymore.
No, people act surprised because this is who I am all the time, and I'll be at the checkout, and next thing you know, I'm having a conversation with 4 or 5 people that were, waiting in line for 45 minutes to buy one thing, and they're like, oh, you're so, it's like, well, we're just standing here, I'm going to smile, and I'm going to say hello. You don't know what somebody's going through, sometimes just the how you doing could change somebody's day, but
Exactly.
no, you're right, people don't do that. Like, when I say how you doing to some people, they look at me like I'm trying to rob them, and it's like, just saying hello. How are you? Like, when did we become so disconnected from each other? The phones, the TV, we can.
Well, the phones are a big part
You
of
know.
it. And we expect the government here to help, but the government is not here to help you. They're here to help themselves. And the younger that you are, that you realize that's the truth, and elected officials get really, for the lack of a better way to put it, pissed off at me for saying such a thing. It's true.
Yeah.
Like what's happening today at City Hall at noontime?
They're closed, but yeah, nothing.
We're going home. And
John, are these the people that stayed late on Tuesday?
Skeleton crews. Walk through the offices, Cliff, on Tuesday. After your licensing meeting, walk through the offices and see the skeleton crew that's sitting in there and tell me that they work the extra 4 hours.
Unfortunately, the license commission's on Thursday, and that's on Tuesday.
Crickets.
I don't know. I was
Skeleton crew. Why should we be here? Nobody comes in. Skeleton crew.
I think
Let's give the manager an extension on his contract.
I think the only good thing that's gonna come out of this, which is that I'm seeing a lot of community folks step up. And
Okay, now when you say step up, I love that. What does that mean?
so I know there's, I don't know if I should say his name, but he's a union worker, an
Go
iron
ahead.
worker. So Tim Collins, he just sent me a thing. So what he's doing is, he's a union member. He's high up on the union, good guy. They're having like a little food drive. And now on Saturday, he's going to be on Fletcher Street. And he runs like a little catering side gig. He's going to be making burgers for the community. And he's going to be handing out boxes of food. Things like that, where it goes back to what you said earlier. We can't be dependent on City Hall or the State House or the federal government 100%. Do our part, and then yell at them for the rest. We can't expect for the streets to be clean when we're the ones throwing the trash. Stop throwing the damn trash or pick up the trash in front of your house. And now when the barrel's empty, now we call them and say, hey, you don't have to have somebody over here cleaning these streets every day, but you can empty these damn barrels. We got to do our part too. We have become too complacent. where we expect the government to fix everything for us. You know, you bring it up all the time about people saving money, people having some sort of retiring little goose egg. And instead of just depending on that Social Security, by the time that somebody like me retires, will probably be non-existent, or the retirement age will probably be 85, you know? Where we need to take more accountability on our own too and cut our dependency on the government as much as it is now.
Hey, Cliff, on your hit parade today, did you talk about Black Lives Matter scandal?
No.
They're in for a storm.
Mm.
I got some text I'm going to show you guys. And let's, different background. We got to go with a different background. There we go. Oh, lost them all. Okay, so this one here, I'll read to you guys. Actually, it's double texter. Back in the day, we all had big families who interacted with each other. But our parents also told us, go outside or I'll give you something to do. That's a good one.
Yes.
Sorry for all the texts haven't been active for the last couple of days. Well, we missed you every minute. Thank you for your text. Moving right along to the next texter. And it says,
Oh,
are we going to talk about the cocaine at UMass Amherst Hotel? Did this person interact with the student body at any time while possessing? Why is the media not talking about this? What about the children? Not this time around. Unless UMass have a hotel on every campus, Bart. I wonder if they're doing drugs down at the ICC, the UMass Inn and Conference Center. One more in this group. They were all caught up. I have to hit the plus button. Okay, unfortunately, we all live in a state that's mismanaged. No, it's corrupt. It's corrupt. I've used it, but I'm just going to read what he says. Mismanaged with politicians who blame you for the problems, and the media go right along with them. That's from Jay. Continuing, a hand up is what you get from your family. A handout is what you get from your government. Philo Benedicto. Cliff, what's Philo Benedicto? You don't know what that means? No, what's Philo Benedicto? Cliff's the smartest person.
Philo Beto. Don't know.
What? You don't know what Philo Benedicto is?
I'm actually as shocked as you are.
Jay, you have stumped Cliff.
The second I see that, I was like, yep.
Cliff's been here for probably 20 years, and just never happened. Because Cliff is always the smartest guy in the room. Wowzers. Thank you, Jay. This day will go down in history.
John,
Cliff.
back to Snap. Have you not been following the discussions on TikTok
No.
and
I don't do
other
TikTok.
places where people who receive SNAP benefits are saying that they're going to shoplift and they're going to,
Only in California.
not only in California,
Where else are they going to do it, Cliff? Florida?
the other 49 states.
No, they're not going to do that.
So the people.
So they're going to make a run on Cliff's grocery store.
Yeah.
No, ain't
Does that
happening.
help?
Ain't happening.
They're just gonna feed to the narrative of all the people that are on, assistance or anything like that, are a bunch of crooks and a bunch of.
See,
what is wrong with people?
over the last week, I'm sure you guys saw on TV the brawl, the little mini fisticuffs that broke out at the Melissa's.
Mm-hmm.
And the two gals who were stealing steak got nailed. And they don't like it when they get caught. And the Demoulas people, market basket people, handled it excellently. Very good trading. You turn the shopping cart sideways. And on the video, it looks like they're trying to push you out of the way with the shopping cart. So the video makes a very good presentation of how the person stealing the stuff is trying to push you over the shop. They're accosting you, attacking you with a shopping cart. I think that's brilliant.
You realize that was followed up by a lady who got in a fight at the same Demoulas, was arrested, and was so upset at being arrested she took her prison shoes and clogged up her toilet in the cell.
The heck?
So, yeah,
Is she going to get charged with damaging the pipes?
I
No.
don't know.
No, it should be look at you run it. We have a $500 bill from the plumber to take. She put her shoes down the toilet, and they should put the goddamn judges on TV. These judges don't do that again. Don't. If I see you in here again, I'll do nothing again.
You guys were talking about that the other day with Rita about how, the judges kind of need to be a little harsher on certain things.
You're damn right they could.
But what are you going to get, a $40 bill and a waste of a day going there? And that's it? You're free to walk. There's no consequences.
So, Jose, I see you got a pickup truck.
I do.
Do you have a sign for the pickup truck?
I will, after I get an
I'll say,
inspection
listen to this.
sticker today.
I will.
I need to get an inspection sticker first. I've been working.
will.
John. Been busy.
So,
Next time I
one
come,
of the problems
with a
is
sign.
he misplaced empathy. Over in the UK, they had a illegal immigrant from Ethiopia raped 5 women. One of them was not a woman, she was a girl. They gave him 12 months. On the other hand, some local-born English woman sent out a mean tweet. They put her in the clanger for 31 months. That seems like a lack of proportion to me.
Yeah.
Cliff, the audience ain't gonna let you go. This Filipino is not going away. Let me put this up on the screen so you guys can see. This is from Bart.
Phil Bitten. What? Blow it up, John.
I think. Let me see what I can do with this guy. John, I think Jay meant to type Filibeto. That's from Clint Eastwood, the line he butchered along with his name, which was Every Which Way But Loose. I love the Clint Eastwood movies. Good guy. When he was younger, are you feeling lucky?
So,
Okay, but I still don't know what Filipino means. What I'll do is I'll look that up and we'll see what it says. Thank you for your comment.
I asked good old Google and they said very bright or very illustrious. It's a Germanic or of Germanic origin.
What language is it? Italian?
They just
Germanic.
said- yeah. The name, it's a name.
Cliff, you trying to help me out there meaning German?
It was a
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a name and they got
it's
adopted
Italian.
into Italian and Spanish.
Italian.
Filoretto. 'Cause- Yeah. So I noticed he had the little separating the Filiberto. That's probably what it was, and he separated it to. But it says very bright, very illustrious.
You know, it would be kind of cool if those earbuds really did work. You know, the earbuds where you're sitting there and you're getting your nails done and they're talking in Cambodian and your earbuds translate into English. Those earbuds don't work. And that's a disappointment. It would be nice when they finally. There is a program out there you can actually speak into. Google has it, and it will translate instantly for
Works
you.
pretty good too.
That works good when I'm traveling.
Yeah.
But the earbud thing, because you sit there very stealthily, and you know they're talking about you, but they're talking to their native language. So there they are talking in Khmer, doing my nails. And they know, he doesn't understand us. I said, no.
Am
my
I the
little
only one
earbuds,
that
that'd
just
be-
pictured John
I wish they
sitting there getting
worked.
his nails done?
I'm not hearing you, not close enough to the mic.
I said I was asking Cliff if I was the only one that just pictured you getting your nails done, just hanging out there with the ladies.
Yeah, don't you wish you could get your nails done?
Hey, I'd be lying if I didn't say I got a manicure. No pain or anything, but boy, they give you a nice hand massage. They clip your fingernails, get a little cuticle action. That was kind of nice.
I remember painting my mother's toenails. She let me do that. And I thought, this is great. I'm painting my mother's toenails. And the reason that she let me paint her toenails is because nobody could see them.
It didn't
Because the
matter.
little kid is not really good with, and that stuff doesn't come off easy.
No.
But fingernail, my wife, she likes to take the grandkids to get their nails done. So they're going around with their beautiful nails. They come into the house. I'm a little jealous. I'd like to have purple nails.
Right. You can.
Maybe
Nowadays,
with like little pumpkins on each one of them right now.
Nowadays, there's little ghosts on a few of them to do one. The pointer finger.
The ghost
with
head would be
ghosts,
good
the
too.
rest Yeah. Switch
Cliff,
it
what
up.
color nail polish would you have if you could paint your nails?
That's a good
I
question.
wouldn't.
He's a fighter pilot.
Why did
I'm
you-
too tough for that.
Yeah.
Jose, what color fingernail polish would you have?
I've always liked baby blue. Maybe like a baby blue.
Baby blue or navy blue?
Baby blue.
Baby blue.
Yeah, like a little. I think it bring out the color of my eyes.
See, I think
John.
the darker blue you could show like the pumpkins and stuff.
John,
Oh, yeah.
navy blue is a euphemism for black.
It's dark blue, Cliff. The Navy would have trouble with you. See, Cliff just hates the Navy. Air Force. Off we go up into the wild blue yon. The hell with the Navy. Bomb those boats.
Okay, so we had some gentlemen here in the city of Lowell who managed to steal 3 cars in a day. And in between stealing cars, managed to get arrested, locked up, and released. And going out to steal another car.
It's got to be Massachusetts.
What's going on in our city that this kind of thing is going on, that people don't understand?
We have a corrupt justice system where we don't want to pay for any lawyers, and we have a corrupt justice system. Cliff, comment from the audience. BRD, big red dog. That's Cliff. The look on your face is priceless.
So, speaking of partisanship, as you were earlier in the hour, did you see where Massachusetts agency responsible for SNAP blamed Donald Trump for the shutdown?
Look at Cliff. The heavy rain we had last night,
Belinda Juran.
that was Donald Trump.
It was. I seen
And the wind we're going to have today is Donald Trump.
he
I'll be
put out
right
a
there,
post
kiddo,
on
thanks.
Truth. He put out a post on Truth Social, and he said Massachusetts was going to get hammered for being a bunch of wearing too many blue underwear. I heard him. It was him. I see you smiling over there. No, I mean, but that's the place where we are today, where Democrats are just going to blame Republicans, and it doesn't matter, but the people love it. The people love it. They complain about it, but we've created that divide. Because if we called it out, whether it was at the polls or not engaging and arguing with people, I was telling somebody the other day, I remember a time where I've only had the right to vote, the privilege to vote, for it'll be 8 years on the 16th when I got sworn in. But I remember a time where me as a non-voter would be like, oh, who'd you vote for? And you don't talk about that. That was taboo. Now it's almost like a badge of honor. Or I voted for Trump, or I voted for Biden. Like, who cares? Who cares who you voted for? Like, it doesn't, like, you're saying it like you're grandstanding on it. Like, oh, look at me. This is my values. How about you show us your values? How about you show us your integrity? How about you show us, your faith in humanity, instead of using a party to fill that void? I mean, do you agree with that to a degree where people, not everybody, but some people do that, where it's like...
Yeah, I saw an article yesterday about how certain young people are using that they voted for early voted for Mahoney in New York City for mayor, and they sort of prided themselves on it.
Yeah, no, and
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. It's become more of a, back in the 1900s when I was growing up, like my kid likes to remind me, little jerk. It'd be like, oh, I bought somebody's CD or somebody's cassette.
Yeah.
Casting a vote has become more of that than it has of, the issues, the policies, the intent. It's more of, look at me, I'm a Republican, or look at me, I'm a Democrat. That's not the way it should be. And then when you look at Lowell, actually, we talk about the voting numbers, but if you look at the numbers in surrounding communities, they're horrible, but we're not the lowest voter
No.
turnouts in the area. When I see places like Barica and Reading and things like that, and I see their voter turnout, we've talked about this before. When you look at areas that are, homeowners, college degree, some people would say, why, good money, they get the higher voter turnouts. Lowell should not be on the top or towards the top of that list, statistically wise.
Yeah.
But we are. Find me another place that has an 11% or 12%. I know we were only at 10, but find me somebody somewhere else without having to go pretty far out that has an 11 or 12% voter turnout on municipal elections.
Oh, yeah, Tingsboro and Tewksbury did terrible on the municipal elections this year.
Drake had 7% or something like that.
Yeah.
I think not even 7%. Like, come on,
It's embarrassing.
it's horrible. But because there isn't no hot button social media post to come out of a municipal election like there is on,
Yeah.
situations like that.
Why don't we merge in our two?
We're not going to do that.
We're not? Why not?
Logistics. Please proceed. Thank you.
He hit you with the
We're
logistics.
going to go to break 1 minute early. Thank
Okay.
you.
There you go.
So there we are.
That's
So I
that's
brought up
producer power.
the
Yeah.
question
I like it.
of New York City. So it looks like they're going to end up with Zoran Mamdani as
When
their
was the
mayor.
last time the media was right? Didn't they have Kamala winning?
Yeah, what's your point?
I think the writing's on the wall on this one, though. I mean, unless the higher ups over there really pull one out of their a nice trick out of their hat. I mean, it seems like,
If the unenrolled in New York get out of bed,
yeah, we can
the guy with
present,
the red hat's going to win.
we can present that argument everywhere. I
If the
mean,
unenrolled get out of bed, there'd be some big changes.
like Massachusetts is looked at. I think you guys
Well,
talked
in
about.
Lowell, I'll tell you, there's going to be some people are still not happy about the extended contract that they gave the manager, the $50 million overrun under their watch of Lowell High School. It's coming out of your pocket. We paid $750,000 for the wonderful thing that whatever they're calling it, the people coming down from, they come from Switzerland. We paid $750,000.
Geneva, yeah.
And I think Lowellians are a little fed up. Cliff has a puzzled look on his face, like first time he's
How
hearing
many
this.
do you think people? How many people do you think actually know that the manager got an extended contract?
The voters do.
The ones that vote, the 7,500 and something that voted out of 75,000 do, but is that going to be enough to sway the base?
Cliff, the voters are paying attention. It's their hobby.
Yeah,
The voters are pissed off that DeZoglio can't audit the state.
that's a conversation to be had next year because we have those
Well,
state reps.
we got the Cowardly Lion, and we have the Roaring Lion. That'd be Rodney Elliott, the Roaring Lion,
Mhm.
and the Cowardly Lion, Vanna Howard.
Mhm.
Running for state rep. What's your feeling about Diana DeZoglio? Why can't she audit the state's books? Listen to the Cowardly Lion's answer. You won't get one. And Rodney will give you an answer.
I say that's a conversation to be had next year because obviously the state reps, we have the unfortunate because of the circumstances, special election for the Senate. But other than that, the seats are up next year. We look at the state reps that were yelling up and down in re-election that they were going to support the audit, and then they turned around and they didn't, and we hold them accountable. And then we start showing government, like, hey, listen, if you say you're going to do something and you don't, you work for us. We have the power. We get those unenrolled people out there. We get forget the base. We get the people that feel like they're not heard. And then eventually, over time, if you keep getting punched in the mouth, you're going to stop talking. If we start, showing up every year, every 2 years, which I know it's crazy to think that that's actually fairy tale land, that people are going to get out and vote. But again, if you said you were going to support the audit and then you voted no on the audit at the State House, you shouldn't have a job because you lied to the people. Don't lie to the people. What did you benefit? I mean, again, everybody else voted yes. So your no vote, everybody else voted no. So your yes vote really wasn't going to have an impact. What did you get to vote no? Other than lying to your people. I don't like liars.
But they're more afraid of the leadership than they are the voters.
The stipends. Ryan Oates just posted that out there. I told you guys I didn't really want to be Mr. Politician. I wanted you to get to know Jose before,
Hey, guys, we're going to go to break early.
Oh, yes, a minute early.
Because I can.
Yes.
All right, so we're going to go to break. And
Boss man.
We'll be back, guys. just want to finish these texts off. We have a two-party system. BC. Don't know what that means.
Because.
Oh, because. Is that like 6, 7?
You gotta do it like this. 6, 7.
I'm gonna play this with my kid and be like, guess
6
what
of one,
John
half
said
dozen of the
today?
other. Because in the three-party system, 34% of the people can rule the other 66%. In Canada, I try not to. Good luck, Toronto, in the World Series. The Lowell City Council would like to invite, like an invite to the parade. Cute. We have two-party system. It's the same one. Can you believe Massachusetts is going deep into our pockets with SNAP instead of illegals? Oh, make no mistake, DW, the illegals are going to get, they have SNAP benefits. No wonder they're up in arms. That's right, comrade. Every city councilor is to blame for the overage on the high school. Again, how much is it going to cost the citizens? That's from Jay. Okay, now, make a wider shot of you guys.
That's a beautiful photo, by the way, of the street.
That's a live shot of
Yeah, no, it's cool.
Thorndike Street.
The colors are
Almost
amazing.
there.
It's clearing up, it looks like.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not raining anymore, which is
Yeah.
great. For all your trick-or-treaters that you're gonna get.
Here we
Yeah,
go,
that would-
kids. Thanks for your patience.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to City Life Show. I'm Cliff Krieger, your host.
Eileen Delrossi.
Oh,
Good timing.
Hello, Eileen. How are you?
Oh, good morning. You know, when your son's bus driver beeps and you're still sleeping, you know it's not a good thing.
oh, no.
No. There's a noise ordinance. They shouldn't be beeping. Would you hand me that mic? So,
Sorry.
the co-host finally shows up. I was thinking of calling you, and then I said no. So,
Yeah, I need my beauty sleep. My
Yes.
dog's been waking up a lot in the middle of the night, like crying. I don't know if it's the change of weather, but my Max cries like a human. So I wake up and I bring him downstairs. I let him outside, but sometimes I just have so much trouble falling back to sleep, and this is what happens. And I kept shutting my alarm off like unconsciously. That's the scary part. I never usually do that.
yeah. So, we also have Jose Cervantes with us, and
Hello?
Belinda Juran, who is running for city council in the 3rd District.
Hi, Eileen.
That'd
Good
be
morning.
Good morning.
that'd be the Belvedere, and Danielle Mcfadden. Do you pronounce it Danielle?
I do.
Who's running for school committee person at large, which is the only contested race amongst school committee people.
Oh, yeah, good morning, Danielle.
Good morning.
And Eileen's running unopposed, so a free
none of
ride.
the districts have opposition, actually.
You'd think with the situation with the schools that there'd be a lot of opposition, but apparently not.
Let's move on to our guests, please.
I am moving on to the guests.
I can do it.
No, John, all you're doing is delaying things. So, how is the campaign going?
You're looking at me? Yeah, perfect. So first of all, happy Halloween, everybody. I am ready
Yeah.
for tonight. Cliff and I live on a street that gets a lot of trick-or-treaters, and it's such a wonderful holiday,
Yeah.
so I'm all excited. The campaign's going great. I mean, it's just, I don't remember who I've told what to anymore, but I mean, I finally decided to run when I thought about meeting people one-on-one and door knocking. To me, that's the best part of campaigning. And so doing that still almost every day, even yesterday, actually.
Yeah, you were out in the rain
I was,
yesterday.
yeah, it was misty, but when I was doing it. But yeah, it's growing well, and we'll see what happens Tuesday. It's
Danielle,
coming up.
how's it going with you?
Same. It's been a great experience. It's my first time running a campaign. The community, it just reaffirms kind of what an amazing community Lowell
Can you drag
is.
that mic to the edge of the glass?
Wow, I've never been told that I'm like not loud enough. So this is, and my kids aren't going to believe it. Can you hear me now?
We all?
Perfect.
Okay, great.
Okay.
I grew up in Lowell, and so I'm meeting new people, but also having, old teachers and parents of friends who I grew up with. So I'm kind of getting to reconnect with a lot of people as well. So it's been a great experience, and I'm really happy to hear that the turnout is already coming in terms of the mail-in voting, the early voters.
So you can still vote at the senior center up until 3 o'clock this afternoon, and after that,
Really? Past noontime?
Yeah.
Open
That's
till 3
incredible.
today.
Incredible. Thank you, Cliff. I was
And-
told they were done
Did
yesterday.
you guys get the results of early voting and any of the mail-in voters anytime earlier than Tuesday night after 8?
No.
Does anyone know?
No, you
No.
don't. No.
It's illegal.
voting day itself is Tuesday, 4 November. And if you didn't make it early, that's the time to do it. So,
And it's 7 a.m. till 8 p.m. that day. So there's a chance for everybody to make it.
Got all day, no excuse to get out
Yeah.
there and vote.
So, Belinda, where is your, you're going to have a party after, or you're just going to sit home?
No, we're having, a thank you event. It'll be at the Worthen upstairs, which is where we did it for the preliminary
Cool.
election. The sad part is that it's upstairs and there's no elevator, so.
That's
you know,
okay.
Well, but I mean, we would like to make sure it's accommodating to everybody, but it is, a historic place close to City Hall, so, that's the trade-off we made. And it's
Okay.
fun.
How about you, Danielle? You're going to have a,
Yes, I'm going to be at Mount Pleasant, and City Councilor John Dakota is going to join me as well, since that is his neighborhood, and I actually grew up up the street from there. In addition to, so we're going to have Inside Lowell streaming live, so we have a 10-foot screen, so
Oh,
people
my
can
goodness.
go watch the
Wow.
results. So anybody viewing or listening is welcome to come, and then we're also doing a food
so
drive.
how
from
would they
Merrimack
get
Valley
to
Food
see
Bank.
Inside Lowell?
That's awesome.
How will they get to see it?
People who are not there, how would they get to see
Oh,
Inside
just go
Lowell?
to InsideLowell.com. It'll
Okay.
be streaming on their website
So
and
go-
also on YouTube.
InsideLowell.com, all
Yes.
one word, Inside Lowell?
Inside Lowell, one word, yep.
Thank you.
Yep. And then we're also doing a food drive to benefit the Merrimack Valley Food Bank, because tomorrow 20,000 Lowell residents are going to have their SNAP benefits cut. So we're just trying to do our part and try to make it not only hopefully a celebration, but a results party, and then also do something for the community as well.
That's awesome.
Thanks. I've been on the food bank board for almost 20 years now, so they never cease to amaze me in terms of the amazing work.
Back
that they
over
do.
to Cliff.
so Jose is on the Hunger Homeless Commission.
Yes, sir. So are you. You just got reappointed Tuesday.
I did?
You did.
Congratulations.
I didn't send you
That
the.
sounded like a
I thought
question.
I thought I sent you the screenshot of the paper.
You're the token Republican in City Hall.
Yeah, that's true. So anyway, Belinda, you have sent me several flyers
Uh-huh. Well, not just you.
on big sheets of cardboard with lots of colors. And on one you said, by following best practices using new technology and planning carefully, the city can use its resources more effectively, encourage economic development, and inform and engage residents. And when I read that, I said to myself, do you mean in terms of city government or city economic development or both?
Well, I think both. I mean, it's really a matter of how we run our city, and that we do good planning. We create policies and priorities that reflect the needs of the city as a whole. I mean, when I think about, when I started door knocking in April, everybody complained about potholes. That was the, big topic, because the spring was so harsh. And people would complain about their own potholes. They'd complain about potholes on other streets. They'd complain about potholes in Tewksbury, which we can't do a lot about. But we have a street surface rating map on the city website, which shows, but color-coded and by number, what streets are in the worst shape. The streets, though, that are getting paved are don't necessarily correlate to the ones that are in red, the worst ones. Now, there may be other criteria for determining which streets get paved next. It may be based on, the volume of traffic in addition to the surface. It could be, school trucks, who knows? I don't know. But that's exactly the point, is that we don't know what the criteria are, what the policies are, how priorities are set, and how those plans are made. And so we can use, by planning better and making that information known, whether it's through other technology or, information at city council and other meetings, we can create plans that are realistic and fair, and people can therefore understand how their tax dollars are being used. Because once people started talking about potholes and you would dig in to the, and have a deeper conversation, it often came down to people saying, we pay so much in taxes, and yet there's a pothole right there. And the correlation between seeing how tax dollars are used, how the money is being spent, what it's being prioritized for, that, I think, is something we need to do a better job at, so that people understand what's going on in the city. And I think that will engage people more. And as I heard you talking about in terms of the election
You gotta be on the mic,
turnout.
kid.
Oh, sorry, thank you. In terms of the election turnout, I think that can be helpful if people understand more about how our city works.
No, definitely. I agree with that.
There's so many resources out there too. You just mentioned that they
Yeah.
have that map on the website.
Mhm.
Like, not everybody knows about all
Yes.
the information that is available for them.
It's the Democratic way of fixing streets. We will talk about it and talk about it and talk about it. Meanwhile, the road crew rides over a pothole, the front wheel goes bump, the back wheel goes bump, and the trailer wheel goes bump, and they look at each other in the truck and they say, I hope somebody reports that.
Well,
That's the system that we're working in. Having a map, fix the freaking holes. Don't give me a goddamn map. Fix the freaking holes.
and that's what I'm saying, is the map is insufficient. It's not actually telling us what's going on. So we
Show us a map of what you've fixed, okay? If you really
Oh,
want
that's
to
a good
brag,
point.
show us, and no one cares. No one will watch that. Well, has it been reported? We have a democratic system where it promises it's coming. Like how long? The courthouse took, 15 years to get here? The Rook Bridge has taken 40 years to get here? It's still not here yet. Promises, promises, promises. That's the Democrats.
well, there you go. You get-
I've got a friend who's got a way of talking about this, and he says that people need to understand the needs.
Mhm.
They have to evaluate them in terms of their values and their responsibilities. So needs, values, and responsibilities. And that would be good if we heard people articulate things in those terms, needs, values, and responsibilities. And speaking of responsibilities, I'm looking for John to throw up a slide of MCAS scores,
Well, before
which
you.
I sent to him earlier.
Oh.
But,
Yeah, I
talk
was
so that
just,
he has
I mean,
time.
because I want to think about the needs piece, because I think of it often as rights and responsibilities is how we should be thinking about, moving forward. I do think values come into play all the time. People are making judgments about candidates, about, other things based on their values. And that is an important factor. I mean, in a way, that's what I'm talking about with planning about potholes. Like, what are our values? Do we value more streets that are closer to schools than streets that have heavy traffic? Or, and values might be the wrong term there, might be priorities, but it really, I think there are different criteria, and a map of streets that have a bad surface rating, again, is one tool, John. It is not, that's my point. It's not there are clearly decisions made about which streets get paved. We don't know what
Belinda,
those are.
what good does it do? Okay, think of the logistics involved to create this stupid map you're talking about, okay? Someone has to collect the data. First of all,
Data is
it takes a
important.
citizen to make the complaint. Not a city employee, a citizen to make the complaint.
It's not
Then
the
it
same
gets
map.
Then it gets, okay, tell me the process that it gets, and still the hole's there. It's a useless tool.
It is not the tool, so there is a map that says what the street surface rating is. That you can find, and that uses data that probably our traffic engineer, who I highly respect, has put together. My point is, that is not the map that is identifying which streets are getting paved. So we have a disconnect between what work is being done and what information is on the website.
Oh, I understand
So,
what you're saying.
yes.
You're showing us, but what's the process on what you're picking?
Exactly. What are the priorities?
And
what
if
are
we-
the criteria?
And if we
Exactly.
actually buckle
If you
that
know the
down, are we
manager,
gonna
you just gotta
become
know the
more
manager
efficient?
or the city councilor.
Maybe we could take a page out of the Land of Oz's book and see what Tewksbury does over
Well, no,
there.
but they're never gonna
You know?
copy Tewksbury. It's
But
who
we
you,
can-
it's
we-
not
we
what
can
you know,
try.
it's who you know in Lowell.
But that's the problem, and that's exactly what
Ain't
I'm
going
saying.
away.
Well, I think it can get better. I think it has to get better.
I really
Did you
like what
find
you
that
said
slide,
there
John?
about rights and needs.
I'm
I
looking
really
for a
like
clip.
that
All I
because
have is, I have the figures
rights
for the
and
overdose
needs
deaths.
aren't always the same thing, and people, I
That's
think,
all I have. I'm
tend
looking
to
through Facebook now.
mix those two things up.
I didn't
Where-
send it
Yeah.
by
What
Facebook.
you need
Then it's
isn't
not here.
always a right for the
I
government and the
checked
city
your
hall to
iCloud
provide
and
for
your
you.
regular text
There
message.
is a big difference. Certain needs you need to provide on your own almost. Rights are the things that we need to provide. We need to provide a safe school environment, safe streets, but there's certain things, there's a big difference between rights and needs. So I like that you pointed that out
That's
because
interesting, yeah.
I hear
To talk
too much,
further.
but because I hear too much, especially now during election time where
What
people
about,
are
people can say,
hammering sign home and it's like,
I'm looking
but
for you
that's
to
more of a
zoom
need,
in.
not a right, like that's not something that City Hall is accountable for.
And after we go through the MCAS slides, can I kind of hijack this conversation to the schools in a recent joint facilities meeting that we had that I sent you also on Messenger, where they prioritized it per school, like high safety, immediate safety, medium pending, and like how I think these issues need to not be so humanized. They need to be AI categorized, and there needs to be an algorithm in there, and take the human component out because it's too expensive or it'll take too long. It should never be an excuse. But we can talk about that afterwards. Sorry for stealing the time.
Oh, there you go.
All right, this is the MCAS scores, and unfortunately, I only have a black and white printer. But as we can see, the top line is Asian American students, next in line is Caucasian students, then black students, then Hispanic students, and I can't remember what the bottom line is.
Multilingual.
Could be multilingual, yeah.
White.
Oh,
but
no.
I think, wait.
No,
It's hard to tell because it's
black
just
and white.
shading. yeah.
all students. All students is the next to the bottom line.
Cliff, this is the only thing you sent me for Friday.
Nah, that's not it. Next to the bottom line is all students. So we have big differences by communities. And I don't think that the students are inherently different based on communities, but something's going on there. Have you been aware of this, Danielle?
Yeah, I mean, I agree to some extent that the students are not different, but I mean, circumstances are different. You know, you could equate it to, I don't know, for a lack of a better metaphor, and I know that's not a race, but you line them up for the MCAS. Some are right at the start line. Some take a couple of steps to get to the start line. Some have the best running sneakers possible. They have, extra help at home. They have all the resources that they need available to them. They are not hungry. They have stability at home. And then you have others that have, they're trying to do the race and they have a heavy backpack on. They don't have that stability at home. They are multilingual, learners, there's other circumstances. So they're not all starting kind of at the same level. So what do we do to get them all at the start line to begin with, so that there's more equity in that?
Well, I kind of wonder if it's the parents. So I've gotten myself into a discussion with the guy down at the Boston Globe that does the school statistics every week. But he put up that an MIT study shows that the students who just make it into the exam schools in Boston and the kids who just miss making the exam schools end up with the same kind of graduation rates going to college. That there's really not, at that line, there's not much difference between one or the other. You could have thrown the folders down the stairs and achieved a random pick of who you send to the exam school and who you don't. And I attribute that to the parents, which is why I was really thrilled when your competitor was appointed to run a parent school, because I was hoping it would make a difference, but it didn't go that way.
I think sometimes you need to look at continuity too, right? You can't just try something, whether it be a parent school or a new curriculum, for a year or two and hope to have these amazing results and then not continue with it. So we have to be consistent in what we're doing as well, and the curriculum change and all that can also impact students.
But aren't we I've heard that we're changing curriculum frequently, so we don't have consistency in that area.
Okay, way too many big words, okay?
Looking at the graph, though, if you
Define-
Wait, John has to
define-
understand the word curriculum.
Yeah, define what curriculum is, Cliff, for the audience. For the dummies out there like me, I know what it is. Please tell the audience.
All right, if you know what it is, tell us.
It's the content of what you're teaching.
And the way you're teaching it.
Tell me more.
Yeah. The curriculum is how you lay it all out. Go ahead, Eileen.
I mean, I remember going to school and there being, you learned during the week and you were tested on Friday. It was spelling test, it was math test, it was skills and drills. Now with all the new changes in curriculum, they have something called a spiral curriculum, where, you may be learning about something and then the unit ends on a Friday or a Monday, and then the kids are responsible for remembering everything that happened prior and be tested on that on a Tuesday, right? And so it pays no attention to the weeks and the actual times. And so as smart as it is, it's not so smart for our students who may have different learning factors involved. Like when you have that consistency of knowing you're going to school, there's going to be a test Friday, this is what you're studying, and I've seen great teachers even send home study guides with students, but what the kids are learning really doesn't mean much to them, so it's really hard for them to have that value. At least prior, we were able to know that I wanted to do better on my spelling test this week than I did last week, and so forth, or better on my math drills and skills. And it's as good as the curriculums have become, they become more complex and strange timing. And I think we just need to stick with one curriculum. And that's something that Lowell has struggled with, because it seems like it always goes to a new reading or math curriculum. And that's difficult for the population in Lowell. The demographics of other students that we have in Lowell.
when you look at the graph, it's broken down by ethnicity. So what is it that is happening in the Latino homes? Because at the end of the day, I would like to think that in 2025, all those kids go to school and the Latino kid isn't forced to sit in the back of the class and, not sharpen their pencil and not get this. They're getting the same education. Whether you want to knock the education system or not, that's your own prerogative. But they're getting the same level of education and attention. So why is it so drastic?
Okay, I got a bunch of texts I'm going to read to you guys. Any texts that I find offensive, you're not going to see them today. Most Hispanics do not value education.
Numbers don't
Wow.
lie.
Cliff hasn't mentioned about turning the clock back this weekend. Good luck to the candidates on Tuesday. You have an extra hour this weekend to campaign. Respectfully, the streets in the city have been neglected for decades, just like the downtown area has been neglected by the city council for decades. Why hasn't Belmont Avenue at the top of Hovey taken care of before they paved those two roads about 5 years ago? Now those two roads are subject to years of potholes when they were just paved. Something's happening in Wyman and Clitheroe. Newly paved streets that got ripped up within 5 years. Kids who have parents involved with their children's education have better students, true.
I mean,
Back
I
over to you guys.
think it's, the dynamics of families have changed so much. So yeah, that would be accurate if your parents are involved in
What
your
is the
education.
dynamic of a family?
It's different for everybody. I mean, I found myself a couple of years ago in a dynamic that I never imagined.
Well, what do you mean by dynamic?
Well, I went through a divorce and have full custody of my 3 kids. Like, that was never something that I would ever expect
So,
to experience. But
Family troubles is dynamics?
that is part of dynamics.
Thank
Having parents work full time, not have the time to maybe sit down or be involved in the PTO.
Having dinner?
Sitting down and having dinner together at the table. English language learners. I mean, there might be. I have hard time sometimes figuring out the math for my kids because they've changed the curriculum so many times. I have a master's degree. When my daughter was in first grade, I sat down with the teacher to say, how the heck do I explain this to my daughter? Not everybody has the ability to be able to do that because of work or language barriers. Dynamics have changed significantly.
I think the school department has fallen down on their duty to grab today's technology. Why the hell not teach it on YouTube? The kid's having a little trouble? Put on a YouTube that re-explains the kiddo's problem. Every curriculum out there, whatever thing you want to teach, should be on YouTube and say, look, go to this YouTube, maybe this will help your child.
Yeah, the kid can also turn around and do that themselves if they value their education. I'm in college, and I'm a 40-year-old man that works all the damn time, and I sit there and I listen to the stuff on my headset, but it is fun. You're right. I do love my job, but back to that though, like, what is it that that's why when that individual texted in, Hispanics don't value education, everybody shook their head no, and I think I was the only person that made a.
Well, do
look
they?
at the numbers.
Do they?
Well, that's the thing. Do they? I mean, look at the numbers. They don't.
That's a yes or no question.
If you look at the numbers, no. That's the reality of it.
I don't think it's a yes or no question though, because it's like overgeneralizing.
That's why I
the
answered
entire
it.
Population,
That's
right?
why I answered it. Where if you look at
Yeah,
the numbers and still
right.
gave him his
Well,
answer,
if you
because
don't like
I
the
can't
ice
speak for every
bucket
Latino.
challenge-
Absolutely.
I'm
Like,
sure
you value education.
I do.
You're going to school right now.
And my kid went from struggling last year. She had to go to summer school. A lot of things going on.
Yep.
We just went to the first parent-teacher meeting there, and her lowest grade was 80s. She's
Wow, great.
like 1 point
That's
away to be honor roll, but
But
you
you're
know,
celebrating those wins with her. I'm
it
sure,
was
at
one of
home,
those
too.
where we, I'm not just telling her, I'm showing her. Like,
Absolutely.
I'm always, show. But back to that, that's just tough, because what do you do? I've heard somewhere somebody talk, I think it was on the show, where kids they don't get left left back,
Yeah.
where
Oh,
if you did horrible, go to summer school, this and that, okay, we'll do better next year. So there's no consequences to you going to school and not actually applying yourself, because no matter how horrible you do, they'll find a way to make sure you are promoted to the next grade. Maybe we need to start letting people, I heard somewhere, where was it? I think I heard you, John, talking about it, where they kept some whole grade back. 1 year, after COVID, they kept the whole grade back. And they're actually doing better now than everybody else that moved along. because they stayed behind and they were able to get more acclimated. And now they're going into high school, they're older, they're more mature, this and that. I'm not saying to do that, but why is it that Hispanics are testing so low? I mean, every Asian has both parents at home when they get home.
Well, the discipline rates are higher with the Latino population within Lowell Public Schools as well. And why is that?
And that's the thing. So, I mean, but is that on the education system or is that on the community? I'd like to think it's on the community.
Yeah.
And
And
we can't
the
put a-
parents.
Yeah, but the community.
Parents have
yeah.
to take responsibility.
Yeah, we can't
Where's
put a-
parent school?
Parent school?
Right here. I'm
In the
being
living
I'm-
room.
I'm showing my kid parent school
A lot
by
of,
being a parent.
well, Danielle, pick you for the example.
Yep.
Single mom.
Mhm.
How much easier is your life now than it was 5 years ago?
I mean, that's a loaded question. In
Before
some
you-
senses, it's a
okay,
lot easier,
okay.
but in other
You
senses,
said
it's
a little
much
while
more
ago you
challenging.
got divorced a few years ago.
Yeah,
And I think for single moms, it's impossibly hard. But I've never been a single mom.
right. Yeah, no, I mean, it's not easy, but I had all of the tools available to me, like right away. I made sure my kids got in therapy so they could talk about how they feel, and I sit down with them and we do homework, and I'm involved in the schools. I was president of the PTO, I was on the school site council. All the staff at their school knows me. So, and like I said, I'm lucky because my daytime job is I've run the Chamber of Commerce for over 14 years, but I have that flexibility that I can run out to a meeting or go read to a class. Not everybody is fortunate to have that flexibility, and I completely acknowledge that. So yeah, it's hard, but I also realize that I have a lot of resources that maybe other single moms don't have. So it's not equal across all Lowell families. So it's hard to say it's the parents' fault when there are parents that are working so hard just to make sure their kids aren't going to bed hungry.
Now I'm going to ask both you and Belinda this question. Percentage of single moms whose children are in Lowell Public Schools? What's the percentage of single
I
moms?
don't
Would you,
know the
just a
answer.
guess?
I
I don't know either.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
I don't think that's information that they were ever.
I'm going to guess it's right up with the
either.
divorce rate, 50%. What do
Yeah.
you say, Belinda?
Yeah, I don't know. It's a good question, but yeah, I'm not sure if that's the only relevant
Right,
piece
yeah,
of data to worry
there's a
about, but
lot.
I haven't thought about it.
I think it depends
Yeah,
what
that-
school
and-
too. That would be more of the demographic.
Yeah.
I'm sure that they're not to put people in a bubble, but I'm sure single moms is more likely to have in the Acre than in
Yeah, it's not
Belvedere,
common. We're in Pawtuckettville, and that's not
things
common
like that.
in terms of my kids' friends.
And again, not to put people in a bubble, but again, numbers are numbers, and
Yeah.
men lie, women lie, numbers typically don't.
I
That's the
still
reality.
go back to the parents. Like, I was
All right,
not,
stop blaming the parents. We have enough blame.
Yeah, but the parents have to take some accountability too, because if you're not blaming the parents, you're blaming the educators, you're blaming the
This
school,
is-
you're
this
blaming
is my
City
Hester
Hall, you're
Waldo
blaming the
story.
administrations.
Oh, God. Wait, can I just say something before you get into Hester?
quick.
Bend your mic down,
Okay. So I know Danielle
Can't hear her.
and I talked about this, I think over the summer.
I can't
or
hear her.
earlier, And we talked about how, even though we have these resources and can figure it out, it still wasn't easy for us. How can we make these resources more accessible to parents in all the neighborhoods? Because it's not that easy to really get these resources and these tools for our kids. But yet there are tons of agencies like NFI that are out there, that's right on Prescott Street, CTI, but it's about people knowing what these services do to help them in that moment. There's Department of Developmental Disabilities that always are sending out emails.
Doesn't work anymore.
But if you don't know, you don't know. And not until you know, then it's like, how does everyone get to know about this? So that's something I look forward to working with to help parents with going forward, too. All right, Cliff, go back to parenting.
My mom crossed the border in 1987 with her 2 kids, not knowing even what the English language was,
Incredible.
and not having a social security number, working, 12, 14 hours a day just to pay a babysitter to make sure her kids ate. And I'm not, again, downplaying anything that anybody is doing or going through, because everybody has their own story. But anytime that I feel like I'm overwhelmed, I remember that woman grabbing her 2 kids and taking that long journey across that border in the desert, and everything that she was able to accomplish without being able to speak any English, without having any family other than her 2 kids, and she was able to do it. And again, not downplaying anything. And I understand what you're saying. It's not easy for everybody because both parents aren't home, this and that. But when you put those values in there at a very young age, at the same token, the kid has to take some accountability too. And my mom raised me. That's why when you guys showed up, I almost stood up in the middle of the show because you walked into the room. I have to stand up because that's how I was raised, with respect, with certain, I might be a jerk, but there's certain values that are there that will never go away, So what are we doing to push that on the kids now? And that's why I say the parents do have to take some accountability. The student needs to take some accountability. And then what's left, maybe we can push onto the school system. We're like, listen, we know Latino kids are struggling because the lack of education, loving education, like the texter said. What can we do to pick up the slack on that department? But it shouldn't come to that. But if it does, then that's, but we need to look inward. That my whole campaign was based on the community stepping up and playing their part, looking in the mirror, and sorry for hijacking the program there, but I feel like I had to say that.
Conversation.
Okay, we had to be accountable for ourselves back in the day. Kids nowadays don't even run a lawnmower. Parent school was, I'll give you a smack if you don't follow the rules.
Yeah.
Won't work today.
Yeah, it's
They'll
definitely
call Morgan
it's
and
different
Morgan.
now, that's for sure.
So when I was
Sorry.
so when I was young, in the early grades, I could not read. So my parents got one of our neighbors to tutor me, and she taught me canasta and how to read. And this weekend, I'll be playing canasta with my wife, and I'll, of course, be reading.
Will you light a candle for Hester?
We don't have candles at the church.
Oh,
I'll bring that up.
okay.
I'll raise that issue.
Is Hester the woman who taught you? Is that the
Yeah.
connection? Okay, sorry, because I realized we had not.
Who are you
Hester-
lighting a candle? Who are you lighting a
Hester
candle for?
Waldo.
Got it.
Thank you
So-
for asking, because I was a little confused myself.
So, Jose, are you reading a book right now?
I will be. That
Okay,
book you sent me.
all right.
I haven't had with the funeral and everything going
Yeah.
on in the house. It's a little hectic, but
The
I'm
poor side of town.
dying to sit down to read it.
Yeah. Belinda, what book are you reading?
I always read several. I have some in the bathroom, I have some in the bedroom, but the one I am just about to start, because I got it last night. I went to Riverbend's fundraiser, and Dr. Greg Boyle, who started Homeboy Industries in LA, spoke, and I have been wanting to hear him forever. So his book, which I have in my bag right here, but I can't remember the title, but he autographed it for me. So it's about, I think it might be called Choosing Kindness, but it's about sort of how, we can all move forward together in these challenging times. And he's a Jesuit priest. I went to a Jesuit college, so I think, and he has
You
done
seem
such
to
amazing.
come out okay.
Yeah, I think Jesuit schools actually are really good.
Belinda, are you reading a book?
Me, Danielle.
I'm sorry.
I'd like to have an eloquent answer like Belinda
Oh, no.
and Jose. My kids are 8, 9, and 12, so between that and work and running a campaign, I haven't had the opportunity recently to pick up a book, but there is one book that I go to when I'm feeling kind of stuck or I need my creative juices to flow, and it's called Rework. I forget the name, the author of that, but they're short, like 1 to 2 page chapters, and it just kind of teaches you to kind of look at things in a different way. So if you're ever stuck, that's a great book to reference.
Good.
Eileen?
Yes, I recently started reading the book Blink.
Oh, yes.
Okay. You want to give us the 12-word blurb?
well, it's all about like thinking in different dimensions about the world, and it's about taking things in various blinks of an eye from different perspectives. But I haven't really got very far in. So I'm just trying to survive too. Survive.
Okay, John had a,
Okay, back in the day, our parents kept us grounded. Nowadays, kids feel entitled and owned everything. Moving right along.
Actually, Cliff, I want to know what you're reading. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize there was another.
We got more.
Yeah, sorry.
People who are resilient and work hard can accomplish whatever they want. And the last one is for me, and I'm going to ask you ladies this question, the Queen question.
Oh, boy.
So,
I'm scared.
Belinda,
Okay.
if you were the Queen,
wait, can we see the question?
No, this is the
That
question.
is, yeah, it was.
yeah,
Yes.
it prompts me to ask this question. Let me just
I can't
pull it up for you,
read
It
Cliff.
just says ask the Queen question. It doesn't have the actual question.
Oh,
And we're like at
Happy
the
now?
edge of our seats right now.
I know the Queen question.
So, if you were the Queen, how would you fix city council side of Lowell government?
That is actually, that one I've been thinking
I know
about
it's a good
long
question.
time. Yeah, wait,
What's the
yes.
answer?
So the answer is, we need to be pushing our administration to be looking at the things I talked about earlier, planning at a better and communicating that. So that means not putting on the agenda a motion to pave street X, but to put on the agenda, what is the policy, what are the priorities, and why for paving our streets in the city, and what is the plan? So that we all know that, okay, the streets are getting paved in this order for these reasons, and that's what's going to be done this year. Next year, we have these streets on the list. People can then react if there's an important reason why one street has to have priority. We all want all our streets paved perfectly all the time, but that's not realistic. So we need to have those plans, and that's what I would do.
While I have your
my goal.
mindset, Belinda, I'm going to put this into your ear.
Okay.
We have too many administrators and not enough broom holders. That's Lowell's biggest problem. Way too many administrators. Over at the school department, too. We're moving on to Danielle being the queen of the school department. What would you do as the queen to fix the Lowell schools?
I would listen to people. I wouldn't say let them eat cake, right? I would gather community feedback from administrators, teachers, principals, parents. I've often had people come in and say, well, what's the one thing you're going to change or what are you going to do different? But I think that there's kind of that information gathering that needs to take place first. So I would first kind of sit back and get feedback from people before going in guns a-blazing and try to make a big shake-up or
So
change.
once you get this information, what would you do with it?
Will hopefully impact change, whether it be working to build consensus on
And
a
how would
certain
you
thing
impact
or-
change on an administration that turns a deaf ear to the elected officials?
Well, I think that it's important to build consensus and for, on both sides to have conversations, so to keep that communication going, which doesn't always happen.
Do you
And I
think we have too many
continuity, too.
administrators? Do you think we have enough administrators? We should have more? or
I
we
mean,
should
I
have
wouldn't
less?
say we need more. I wouldn't want to go in right away and just start cutting things. I think you need to have a really deep understanding of how the intricacies of how things work. And I
Well,
don't
since we
think I'm
blew
there
a lot
quite
of,
yet.
since we blew a lot of APA money on salaries, we need to take a good look at administration and say, what are your job duties today? And we have administrators that go to work every day, close their office door, and sit there and goof off the entire day. It's a fact.
Yeah, I'm not
They gotta go.
denying or confirming anything. I just think that you need to really have a good understanding before you go
Different-
out and say that you're going to do something, It just-
Understood. Back over to Cliff. Thanks.
there is Jim Peters, who's run for office here in Lowell. His father was the superintendent, and I think Jim touts the idea that when he was the superintendent, the office had like 6 people in it, and now it's got dozens of people. So there's difference. We're facing a number of different problems. Not enough money for schools, for instance. So what, we're $4 million down? I tried to figure 30,000 tax properties in Lowell, that's $133 a year to make that up. Are the people going to be happy with that? Can we make this money up? Can we tax the people more? I mean, it's a city council issue as much as a school issue.
I mean, I think, it all comes down to, as with everything in life, where do you want to invest? And, we have a lot of young families in Lowell. We have a lot of grandparents in Lowell who take care of their kids coming out of Lowell Public Schools every day. We have people who don't have kids, we don't have kids, who care about the future of our country and want to make sure we have an educated population. I mean, education is a theme that I've heard from a lot of people as I've been door knocking. So it is something that we as a society owe to the next generation and owe to our country. And it does mean we have to invest. I mean, that's just the reality. We have to figure out ways to ensure that we can provide a quality education to our kids.
Danielle, you want to get another $133 from me next year?
I mean, I think if I'm lucky enough to be elected onto the school committee, a big part of my job is to fight for every single possible cent that we can get for our students. I mean, there likely will be a tax increase just to pay for the high school, right? So that's going to happen.
1.6 is guaranteed already, 1.6%.
So I think to some extent that's already going to happen. But I really want to just elevate the importance of the schools within our community and how, if we have a good school system, that the effects of that impacts every single resident.
Are we doing what we can as a city to build the tax base and to get more money? For instance, we've got Spaghettiville, we have the server farm, and they wanted to put in more diesel generators down there, and there's been a big uproar. I talked to a friend of mine down in Prince William County, Virginia, and I asked my son about it, who lived in Prince William for a while now, lives just on the border. They're eager to get AI facilities in Prince William County because it's tax money. So should we be working towards getting, I mean, we're looking at an electricity shortage in Massachusetts, which is going to impede our ability to get businesses. Should we be supporting things like this server farm? And you get a second to think about that.
Sorry, I didn't know that was on the camera. Put you guys back on.
Okay. Server farm.
So I think when the Prince Spaghetti factory closed down, I mean, that was sitting vacant for quite a while. And, the city council and city administration at the time was, I think, very excited to bring Markley on board. That's why they offered them the tax incentives, because otherwise that building was doing nothing. The fact that in the meantime, AI has grown to the extent that it has, and it's not just a, sort of server farm, but it's an AI server farm, and, sort of everything has exploded. That was certainly not anticipated at the time. I was in tech and wouldn't have anticipated that. So I think the issues are now, unlike in Virginia, and there was recently an article, I think in the Washington Post, about, people who live in some of these towns in Virginia where there's a ball field and a humongous, not just the size of Markley, but a humongous server farm right next to it. And what, their quality of life, trying to juggle that is important, or is something they're wrestling with, maybe is the better way to put it, just as we're wrestling with that in Lowell with the neighbors around Markley. So I think it's cool and clearly important to link, because we've heard that many times, that Markley be here. I think the expansion of Markley, in light of the fact that, neighbors have had concerns for quite a while that apparently haven't been addressed. That is the tension that I think we see now. And I think the, neighbors deserve, to be heard. Markley, it's important that they recognize they need to be a good neighbor. And so finding that balance is obviously hard. We can't let Markley, sort of grow, exponentially like you might do in pristine farmland, in other parts of the country. But we also have to recognize that, innovation requires us to change, and we're going to have to figure out how to find that balance. We can't just stay as we were.
Before I semi-attack Belinda over there, I want to tell the audience, the guy running against her, Dan Finn, won't come to the show. So we can't ask Dan Finn questions if he doesn't come to the show.
Oh.
Belinda, Markley,
Yeah?
a recluse, bad neighbor.
When you say a recluse, I'm sorry, bad
Yeah,
name.
They don't care about you. They don't care about the neighborhood. They
Oh.
couldn't care less. We're going to make money. Now,
Yeah.
they're putting these generators in to run them in February. They're not going to run them for power outages. In February, when we're chewing up all the electricity, and they can't suck anything off the power lines because we're grabbing it to run our furnaces, they're going to run those furnaces. And we're not going to notice it because our windows are closed. But come July, when we're sucking down electricity for our air conditioning, the exhaust are still going to go in that neighborhood. My solution is put a 150-foot chimney on all those generators and run it up a smokestack, and all the noise goes up 150 feet. Noise does not fall, it only rises. So it takes care of the noise problem, and most importantly for health-wise, it takes care of the exhaust problem. That's my solution. And until Markley does that, I wouldn't give them a donut. What are your thoughts?
So, I actually don't know the physics about noise only rising, so thank you. I want to look that up because I appreciate.
Go ahead, look it up.
Yeah, no, I will, because I want to always learn. I think noise is one of the issues the neighbors have talked about, and they have. I've spoken to some of the neighbors because they've come up to me at various events about the various things that could be done to the generators that are there. Some of it has to do with noise abatement. I think there's also not fumes, but particulate, abatement that can be added on to some of the generators. And I think Markley has not been as good a neighbor as it should be. For sure, there. Some of the groundwater runoff and other things. I mean, it's not. There are multiple issues that have been raised, and right now it's sort of much of it is anecdotal. But we need to sort of before Markley gets approved for additional expansion.
The neighborhoods are being crowded with poisonous gas. Okay, you don't seem to get that.
Yeah, but also, the dirt piles, the fences, they're buying up.
Wait, Jose. I promised the ladies 2 minutes for their elevator speech.
Yeah, you better do that, Cliff.
So we'll let Danielle go first.
Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm Danielle Mcfadden. I am running for Lowell School Committee at Large. I am a parent with 3 young children. I've been involved in the Lowell school system as past president of the PTO at Pawtuckville Memorial, also on the school site council, and I've done some different fundraising for them as well. My day job is I've run the Greater Lowell Chamber of Commerce for over 14 years now. I'm a lifelong resident of Lowell, a graduate of Lowell High School and UMass Lowell, and I would humbly ask for your vote for Lowell School Committee at Large, and please, if anything, just get out and vote. It's so important that we have our community engaged in this process. And my website is DanielleMcFaddenforLowell.com. Thank you.
Thanks, Danielle. I'm Belinda Juran, running for City Council in District 3, which is Belvedere and small parts of South Lowell. I came from a working class background in Queens, New York, went to college only on a scholarship, but education was my path forward. I was a software engineer as my first career, went to law school, became a contract lawyer in Boston, so bring problem-solving skills that I think can be helpful as we think about things like planning and prioritization for the city. I've been attending city council meetings, almost every one, for the last several years, in order to be a good resident and understand what's going on in the city, and now realizing it's to prepare me to potentially be a city councilor. I am quite engaged in Lowell activities and nonprofits. I love this city. My husband and I chose to live here 18 years ago and put our roots down deeply. And when I show up, or when I commit to something, I show up and do the work. And I love our city and wanted help move it forward. My website is Belvedere.com. And I'd really appreciate your vote on Tuesday or in early voting today till 3 o'clock at the Senior Center. Thank you.
So
Okay, just gonna blow off these text messages.
Oh.
Great show today. Big Red Dog is on. As usual, happy Halloween. Do you give out full candy bars or small ones?
Do you want me to answer that?
Yes.
I give out we give out multiples of the little pieces so that we can adjust depending on traffic volume.
I'm heading to your house. Blah,
Okay,
blah,
you
blah.
can.
Didn't answer the questions. If you're a little down on your luck and you're dependent on SNAP for food, remember, if you're over 60, you can eat for free at the Lowell Senior Center 7 days a week, breakfast and lunch. So God bless the Lowell Senior Center.
Yeah,
A
they
feather
do a
in
great
Tom
job.
Golden's hat for carrying this on for 7 days a week. So back to you, time is short, Cliff.
So, I used to be a procurement officer, and the contract review from the law office, like the review from the procurement committees, was just another drag on getting the work done.
Well, on the other hand, it is how my
10
clients
seconds.
negotiated billion-dollar contracts, and so that skill of understanding public-private partnerships, I think, can be helpful to our city.
Yes.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.
Especially when we lived in Westford, we were on a busy street and we had almost nobody. So this is so wonderful.